Hey everybody, Joe Joseph here for thedailysheeple.com, and this is your news shot, and an infuriating news shot at that. I was absolutely and totally appalled at this article out of the Free Thought Project. It happens out of the UK, but I have to tell you, over here in the United States, we're hearing more and more instances of these kind of occurrences taking place, and I'm talking about this, all of a sudden, this enforcement on lemonade stands for kids. The article's titled, "I've Done a Bad Thing." A 5-year-old girl bursts into tears as cops fine her for a lemonade stand. No doubt. I mean, think about this. How she's just totally and completely, you're crushing this girl's soul. That's what you do. When you do something like this at such an early age and in such an important part in their development, you're making this enforcement type and this enforcer type behavior acceptable in her eyes and the norm in her eyes, and you acclimate her to it. And people like her, young people like her, it's unbelievable. It says common sense among those who work inside the state is a rare commodity. Agents of the state, like those who work in law enforcement, often become so blinded to reality by, I was just doing my job, that they throw logic and reason by the wayside, choosing authority and force instead. Nothing highlights this blind order following quite like police tormenting a 5-year-old girl and issuing her a citation for the crime of selling lemonade without a permit. Quote, "She was just trying to put smiles on people's faces. She was really proud of herself," said Andre Spicer, the father of the 5-year-old girl, who all of a sudden found herself on the receiving end of the police state over the weekend. Now, Spicer told the BBC that his daughter set up a table and was selling lemonade in Mile End, East London, while thousands of music fans were on their way to the Love Box Festival over the weekend. Now, that sounds like something incredibly entrepreneurial and should be applauded. But instead, no, that didn't take place. Do you want to know what happened? Why? They issued her a ticket for selling lemonade without a permit. But that's not it, right? Oh no, the ticket's bad enough. The trauma inflicted on this poor girl is not enough. The fact that these cops, these heroes, these protectors of the common good, fined her 150 pounds or nearly $200. $200. A 5-year-old. Quote, "But they turned on their mobile camera and began reading from a big script explaining that she did not have a trading license." I mean, they literally are so droned out. They are so blinded by "I was just doing my job" that they don't have the common sense to say, look, it's a 5-year-old. Worst case scenario, you tell dad, "Hey, dad, look, you know, here's the rules. I'm sorry you can't set up here. Hey, maybe if you go down the street, go down over here and do it." Or something like that. But God, I mean, to fine a girl $200, and then you have to understand, police officers out there, that these children look up to you. I mean, here you are coming down the street looking all big and bad with your badge and all that kind of stuff. And they look up to you as heroes. And you're crushing their souls when you do this. Drunk on power. That is what it is, really, at its root. You're given certain powers by the people to protect and serve. That's what it's supposed to be. And instead, you have now turned it around to, I'm a cop, and these are civilians. A militaristic and militarized term that now you look at us as the enemy. Well, my friends, that is not the way it's supposed to how it's supposed to work, how things are supposed to take place. And we certainly should not be crushing the entrepreneurial spirit of our young people. I mean, to the point where, listen to this. Quote, this is from the dad. "My daughter clung to me screaming, 'Daddy, Daddy, I've done a bad thing.'" I mean, she's 5. She's 5. She was so horrified at the 4 officers standing over her and that she had broken the law. I mean, this is something, my friends, she will not forget her entire life. This is something that will traumatize her, give her PTSD. This poor girl, 5 years old, now has PTSD. I mean, really, let's be real. That's what happens. And it's a life-altering event, I would say almost akin to being raped. I mean, you're that violated. It is. When your rights are violated in that fashion, I'm sorry. It is traumatizing, and it doesn't matter how much, or everybody has their breaking point, and everybody's affected differently by these events. But I can tell you that this girl has had her life irreparably altered by this event. And for what? For taxation by citation? It's unbelievable. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's News Shot. Feel free to comment below and visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. Have a great day.